사랑은 a bygone rose. gonna get to mouth.
Vernier Scalper.
Welcome auf meinem YouTube-Kanal, ich bin Vernier Scalper. And today we will be talking about and I don't know where the Mr. Mamamoo, Mamamoo, Mr. Mamamoo. We're going to be talking about Mamamoo. And then it's gonna know, yeah. We're going to be talking about Mamamoo because why? I'm a moomoo. Wait, is that what? I'm sorry, okay. I've not really been, in a Mamamoo type of mood, okay? So I don't really remember if we're really called the moomoos, but the radish and the radish bong, okay? I've been to a Mamamoo fan con, so I'm really a fan, okay? But I'm not Chinatown City, you don't know the fan there? Yes, we'll be talking about Mamamoo because they're going to have a comeback this year. Like a Red Velvet and, Wooju Sunyeon and maybe SNSD, okay? I don't freaking know. And now Mamamoo's going to have a reunion. Okay, I mean, they never really, disbanded or anything, but they have a comeback, okay? They have announced the tour days to coincide with that as well, so any moomoos out there, okay? This is not going to be a happy video. I know in my previous video I said that I wish I want to do I want to do more happy videos again because it's been a lot of complaining, it's been a lot of venting, a lot of ranting, a lot of criticizing the companies. It's been a lot of that. And I don't really want to do that, but if we're going to talk about Mamamoo, we're going to talk about the Rainbow Road, okay? Rainbow Bridge Road. Rainbow Bridge World. Whatever the fuck they're called. We're going to be discussing about them because we cannot talk about Mamamoo without talking about that stupid company. Okay? And do they, is Purple Kiss still a thing? Did they disband already? Oh my god. Why did they want to have so many? We're gonna get into that, okay? Maybe we'll touch on that a little bit later. But yes, this is not going to be a happy video because Mamamoo deserves better, okay? I know they're very successful, okay? The US, people love them, the tour, that whole situation that they sold really well. Everybody wants to see them, the performance queens. We know that, okay? We all know that. But this is from the intel of somebody who was... I did not follow them from the beginning, okay? I joined, okay? I came into the fandom when they were releasing the Calcomani. Okay? So that was 2016. And I got my friend into Mamamoo as well. We were we went to the fan con together. Let's just put it that way. Okay, we are still she's the friend that asked me to watch Spies in Disguise. The shitty movie. Yes, let's not get into that. Okay, y'all can go watch that video. Spies in Disguise reaction review chit chat video that I made a year before my hiatus. I did that video and I had the whole Will Smith thing going on with the mustache and the... But today we'll be talking about how Mamamoo has... And okay, when I say... You guys have to understand this. Every time when I talk about the groups, you have to understand we're talking about the groups as a concept, okay? We're not just talking about the individual ladies. We're talking about the group, the brand, okay? The product, the company, the team, everything that is, hovering around to create this thing that we know as Mamamoo. Okay, Mamamoo is not just a person standing in a living room filming a video on the YouTube. It's a production. So I am not blaming the girls. I'm not blaming Solar. I'm not blaming Moonbyul. I'm not blaming the Wheein and the Hwasa. I am not blaming any of the ladies, okay? If anything, I salute the ladies, okay? I salute the ladies. I fucking love them. My favorite member is Moonbyul. Moonbyul! I fucking love Moonbyul. And I guess my bias record would have to be... I don't know who's my bias record. Maybe Hwasa, but this is not really like an official thing. Moonbyul has always been my number one, okay? They deserve better. And Rainbow Road really let us down with the music and the... Okay. So, in order for us to get to that part of the whole adventure, the journey of the Mamamoo, we have to start from the very beginning. So, I might have joined a little late, 2 years into their career, okay? Is it 2 years? Yes, 2 years into their career. I may not have been there authentically, organically since the start, but you know, I did my research, I went back, I watched the variety show, you know, I watched the reality show that they had with the G-Friend, it was very fun, and all of that, I did all of that, okay? And the Weekly Idol, you know, back when that was a thing, I did all of that. I did all of the things that the fan, you know, a new fan especially would do. And it was really, it was right. They call them the Beagle Idols or Beagle, I don't know how you pronounce it. You know, they're really fucking funny. They're funny, they're full of personality, they're also distinct from one another. They sound good, they're talented. It's like the dream group for me because the thing that really makes it hard for me to get into a lot of groups, you know, K-pop groups, is that they're very polished, okay? They're very clean, they're very, you know, the company wants them to be a certain image and they don't show much personality or kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's a bit too censored. And Mamamoo gave something different, you know, like they're very funny, and I know everybody says that, but it's not common that you get a group that everybody is a comedian and everybody has, you know, punchlines and quotable shit and funny moments and stuff like that, and the chemistry between the four. I think 4 is a really powerful number of people, you know, because it's a stronger bond, stronger chemistry, stronger dynamic. Okay, better than like if it was 9 people and one of them was to leave, and it just becomes a drama because of shit stain on the entire group, and then it's like years of people that's still talking about it, like 89. So, you know, this is the perfect group. I love them so much. And as a musician and as a vocal nerd for myself, this is amazing. There's just so much to, like eat it up. Okay, eat it up. So it was, you know, it was very nice. So now let's get into the music. Okay, let's get into the music. And this will tie in. You know what? I'm just going to tie in right here. We will elaborate later, but I'm going to get into why I'm even making this video here, because you know they're going to have a comeback. I want to ask the question, okay? I'm going to ask the question. What type of song do you think the Mamamoo is going to come back with? Do you think they're going to come back with the classic Mamamoo sound? Or do you think they're going to come back with, I don't even want to say it, Latin pop? Oh my god. And I don't have anything against Latin pop. I like Latin pop. But why? Why do they just keep milking the Latin? Like what? You know, like at one point they just became like a Latina group. Like what? Why did we just, what was that? Okay, like what was that? So do you think they're going to come back with another Latin fucking derivative song, or do you think they're gonna go back to their roots because it's been so fucking long? It's been so fucking long. Oh god. I really want to believe that they'll give us something that, you know, is nostalgic and of their original sound, but I hate that the probability is higher. You know, the probability of them making a Latin fucking song is way higher. Oh god. So okay. When they debuted with Mamamoo with a Mr. MMO, Mamamoo with a Mr. MMO, darling it's you, and then I'm on me, man, Mr. MMO. Okay, we need to. It's so freaking good. Like, who was doing that? You know, I had this thought just now when I was, you know, like refreshing my memory and looking back at the discography and the chronology of everything. Mamamoo is very much a third generation K-pop group. You know, sometimes I forget that. I think that, oh, they came out in the late or the second half of the 2010s. You know what I'm saying? But no, they debuted in like 2014 and stuff like that. And if you listen to their music, especially not just the no, their music has always been very Gen 3 coded. It has never been like the like Gen 4 type of trash music. It's never been that. It has never been that. It has never been the pots and pans. They might have flirted, okay? There might have been a little flirtation with the trap, you know, like the baddie music, you know, maybe just a little bit of sprinkle of the salt and pepper and the, but never like full out, like I'm a bad, you know, like it was never that. They never did that, okay? They didn't bust it open. They didn't do, they didn't do any of that. They didn't do cultural appropriation. Okay, let's not get into that because I'm getting war flashbacks of questionable choices from Hwasa. It's been a while, but I still remember. I still remember. Isn't it? Oh God. It's always such a trip when one of your favorite idols or artists or musicians, when they do something like that, it's just, oh no. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so many types of missteps and mistakes that somebody can make, which is fine, you know? That is what being human is. This is what being human is, you know, like, this is what being human is about. You make mistakes and you learn from the mistakes. But some mistakes are just a bit harder to recover from, or, you know, like the repercussions of those mistakes are, you know, harsher than others. Okay, but, you know, we kind of moved on from that, but it's a little bit of a shit stain. I like to say that, you know, it's a bit of a shit stain, cum stain, saliva stain, whatever the fuck stain. A lot of it is from Hwasa, okay? But I've always liked Hwasa's thing of the I love my body. No, I do not like that song. Do we really need to talk about the solos as well? Because Mamamoo does not have good solo material. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you probably like their solo. No. I am a very big Mamamoo fan, but I'm a firm believer that we do not need to support every fucking thing. We're not here to be yes man, yes woman, yes they, yes them. We're not here to do that, okay? We have to be fucking real. Their soul material. Hwasa had the best potential, okay? She has the biggest potential to be the solo artist, but you know, we done fucked it up. We done fucked it up, and I don't really even know which one is the lowest of the low, because we had the I love my body, and we also have that like EDM song when she was with the P Nation. Oh my god! And what is the recent one? Bad Goodbye or Good Bad Bye? Like what is that new one, and why is it so popular? What the fuck is going on? She had that duet with Loco that was so fucking good. Why can't we get organic, sultry, sexy Hwasa? Why are we getting all these weird, questionable, like why EDM? Why fucking I love my body? Like what like. Hwasa. Yeah, that one was good. Okay, that one was good. I admit I didn't really fuck with it at first, but then I was like, ooh, okay. It is a very understated type of vibe, you know, very understated, very like, ooh, I'm a badass, but it's not like in your face, it's not busted open, it's not like it is like that oozing of charisma and confidence, but just very like subtle and very like chill. And it's such a Hwasa song. It's a very Hwasa song that was not gimmicky. You know, Tweet and Maria can be a bit gimmicky, but that song, I'm a bitch, or I'm a che. I don't know what is the Korean word that in the title, but you know, that song. I feel like that is the best Hwasa title track. I know people, yes, Maria is very iconic. Twit is very iconic. I don't know why she wants to call the fans the Twits though. I don't know why she wants to call the fans the Twits. Why are we the Daimyori Shimcheongi? Why are we the Daimyori Shimcheongi? Why are we the Twits? I thought the Twits were supposed to be the stupid man that she's talking about in the song. You know, the dumb fucking stupid man. Why are we the Twits? Why is it called the Twit fan club? Why is it called the Twitverse, Twit universe, Twit world, Twit land? The fuck? Like, what? I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. We have gone on a very hard tangent. So, Mr. Ambiguous, like who's doing it like Mamamoo? Okay, the other Gen 3 people have, you know, gone on to do their own Gen 3 antics, but Mamamoo's doing their own thing. They're jazzy, you know, jazzy vibe that they have. They could have been a jazz grab, okay? They could have been so much more jazzy. Like, so much more jazzy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they could have, like, developed that sound so much more. So much more. So much more. But no, we're going to go into Latin pop. But we'll get to that. So you see, we have that, and then we have Piano. Oh my god, piano. You know, I've not really listened deeply, thoroughly to Mamamoo for years, okay? And recently, I started to go back and reminisce on the good old days of the Mamamoo. And Piano Man, bruh, yo, what the fuck? Are you ready for the perfection? a piano man, and not a man. That song is it's fucking legendary. It's so who the fuck is doing it like that? Oh my god, why isn't that song more popular? Like, people like shit like Levy, is that how you pronounce her name? I'm very sure it's Levy, and stuff like that. But we need a resurgence. We need a resurgence of this jazzy, loungy, elusive chanteuse. Siren also, you know, maybe a bit siren-ish vibes from Mamamoo and any other group that would like to take on this. Why aren't we getting a little bit more of this sound? Mamamoo needs to stop fucking around. They need to stop fucking around. Leave the Latin pop behind, okay? The trend is so far, like, it's over. Leave it behind and give us the fucking World War music. Give us the fucking World War music, okay? Give us the fucking jazz lounge, the speakeasy, the fucking, like, the soldiers come in and you're there with the microphone. Like, give us that. Let's go back to the black and white, the analog, and the little vinyl scratches. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Like, ILLELLA, hey, ILLELLA, hey, hey, yeah! Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. We need to get back to the fucking roots, okay? We need to get back to what's important. Piano Man was fucking amazing. And then we have Ow, can I just tell you? Can baby please behave yourself? No, what's up? No, hey, you gotta respect the girl. No, man, down. Can I so? That is so fucking good. Oop is so freaking good. It's like, that is a perfect song for them. All these songs are just perfect. Their voices work so well. You hear their, okay, you know how like Red Velvet, when you give them the moonshine songs, okay, when you give them the what other producers do they usually work with? You know, like the standard affair that you think of Red Velvet, you think of the playful, the colorful, the that type of songs, you know, very upbeat, very batshit crazy, very like experimental. Okay, you think of, you know, Red Velvet. And the voices, the color, the timbre, the harmonic values, that is the same. When we talk about Mamamoo, we talk about Mr. Ambiguous, we talk about Piano Man, we talk about Oop. These are the types of songs that they should be making because it just really brings out their voices so well. And like that is when I think of Mamamoo, I think of these songs, okay? I might throw in Egotistic, Hit, maybe, just because it's the popular one. But I don't think of ILLELLA. I don't think of, what's that stupid song that I fucking, Aya. I don't think of Dinga. I don't think of all those types. No, I am thinking of the classic. Because if you go to their shows, their concerts, they're known for doing their immortal song medley and like these spruced up, jazzed up versions of everything, and they're known for that. And their medleys are always so freaking good. Like the fact that they were a group that was so owned in on the whole immortal songs thing, and they won. Did they? Didn't they? They won, right? Like who else is doing it like them? All these other idol groups get on immortal songs and it's cringe. Okay, it's cringy. It's like, oh, look at us do like an idol twist to the fucking old ass song. No, it's cheesy, it's stupid. It's just like, oh, we don't have the talent to just sing everything properly, so we have to do all this stupid shit. I don't make the fucking rules. You know it's true. They can't just stand there, park and bark. They can't do that. They have to do, they have to have the bells and whistles. They have to do the smoke and mirrors. They have to do all of that. They can't just stand there and sing. They can't blow. They're not Mamamoo. Okay? Not the Mr. MMO. Not the staccato. We're Mr. MMO. They don't have it. So this is why I'm so annoyed. Like they okay, so oh yeah. That is very much an A-Pink song, which is fine because A-Pink used to be known for doing the nostalgic vibes. Oh, their recent comeback was really fucking good though. It's like the classic A-Pink sound, but a bit more modernized and mature. Oh, so fucking good. But the oh yeah is a very A-Pink sound. Okay, it's a very very throwback, very that 2000s beat, that percussion and everything. I was never a big fan of oh yeah. Okay, till perhaps like recently I started to appreciate it a bit more, especially in the over of the Mamamoo. When you compare to the songs that followed, it was an interesting choice. They moved on a little bit from their jazz sound, but it wasn't too far off that it felt strange and stuff like that. So it was not bad. It is not bad. I mean, I still prefer Whoop in that era phase, but then we get they Mrs. No, piano man, oh no, na Michigan, no. Oh my god, that song! I'm feeling a bit giddy. That song is so timeless. Which survival show did they have like 10 singers doing that fucking song together? Was it the unit or something? And it was not bad. I remember it was not bad. They did the cover of the You're the Best. You're the Best. Again, they are moving a little bit further out, into the K-pop sound. Less jazzy, but still very vocal heavy, very sassy, very empowering, very look at us, we're cool girls, we can sing and we're having fun and it's all chill. It's chill vibes. It's not like bratata, split it open, bust it open and like pussy in your face. No, it's not that. It is. And again, there's nothing wrong with pussy in your face, split it open and like blow your back out. There's nothing wrong with that type of music, but this is a different vibe. This is just chill. Okay, girls having fun by the pool and we can sing, we're talented and everybody. Like it's a different vibe. And in that point of time, their visual identity was also starting to evolve and grow and become stronger. The dyed hair and like the what do you call it, cohesive looks and everything and the fun video. I really like that video. It's nothing crazy, but it's just so playful and flirtatious and it just works, with the Mamamoo. And this was the first full album, wasn't it? It's okay, it's nothing crazy. There's some good songs. There's the iconic ballad, I Know I Miss You. Yeah. Okay, but the Kalkomani, how is this a real word? How do you even pronounce it? Macho, I feel good. Oh, I feel good. We on a now. It's so good. The mirror dance borders on cheesy. But this is still pretty cool, okay? Seeing them in the fucking suits, like they're just so fucking badass. They're fucking badass, but they're not like busting it open or anything. I think I'm just addicted to saying busting it open. It's just something about it. It's very fun to say busting it open. They're not busting it open. They're just like, you know, they're feeling themselves. And oh god, why did they put the sapphic Moonbyul in the fucking lift, the elevator with the man? Like, she does not fucking care about the man. But you know, like, it was just like, ooh, it's a bit sensual. It was a bit saucy. The music video and all. Oh my god, Decalcomani is definitely up there in my top Mamamoo songs, okay? Again, moving on from that jazzy, super jazzy sound, but still in the same vein, okay? The same vein, very lush, very bombastic, explosive, very romantic. It's just like, oh, fuck! And then things just start to go downhill, okay? First we have yes, I am. Boom, ow, oh, like no. For its time, it was cute. Okay, when I was back then in school listening to that song, I thought that it was really fun. It was very cute, you know, dance pop. Now they really moved, okay? They really moved on from the jazz sound. Now the jazz sound is long gone. We're in full dance pop mode. Boom, bap, bap, boom. Yes, I am. Yes, I. That song did not age well, and I don't mean lyrically, I just mean musically, it just did not age well. It was a good push towards a new direction, a new palette, you know, whatever. Fresh. The music video was cute, it was fun. The colors, you know, a certain type of color palette just gives third gen. Does any of you know what I'm talking about? Like, certain color palette just gives third gen. It gives 2014 to 2016 period. Or around that period. There's this like very saturated, bright neon color palette thing that was going on in that time. And in that time span, and this is like the type of thing. It is cute. I remember Solar had the big bird fur feather coat thingy that. It was a time. Okay, it was a time. It was a vibe. They were moving on. Okay, they wanted to try new things, and it's fine. But I will never go back and listen to that fucking song. It's a thing of its time, and it will stay there. Okay, perhaps in a live setting it would be a bit more interesting with the band and spruced up, or maybe part of a medley with something else, or remixed with lyrics and funny stuff like that. Okay, it might new life. It might get a new life, but the original song, no. I'm not going to listen to that fucking shit. Okay, here. Now my fucking gripes, okay? It really started with this fucking phase of the Mamamoo career. The Mamamoo discography is the 4 Seasons project. Okay, Rainbow Road, okay. We're getting a little bit too ambitious here. It's a little bit too ambitious here. We could have done a part 1, part 2, and maybe an encore type situational, but no. We're going to do 4 seasons, 4 comebacks, 4 title tracks that are supposed to represent the seasons and the music, the B-side. Which K-pop company has actually executed something like this 4 seasons? Two is already very tough to, you know, make cohesive and art direction and everything. With now, spring, because we start with spring, is already questionable. Why is 별이 빛나는 밤 why is that spring? How is that spring? You know, obviously I did not question this back then, okay, because my brain was not fully developed. How is this spring? And there was that Paid Me ballad that at the time, again, you know, at that time, I was very excited, but now, who the fuck listens to that shit? Oh my god. You have to be like a very brainwashed, like, like my life is just Mamamoo type person to think that that song is the most godly thing ever created. It is not. The colors are tacky as well, like you know, I know they're supposed to represent the different seasons and the colors of blah blah, but it's just so tacky. It's so tasteless. When you like, come on now, Red Velvet does all these flashy colors and stuff, but it does not look like that. I really hate to say it, but it reeks of 3rd gen. You know, like every gen has its pros and cons, has its strengths and weaknesses, its yin and yang and black and white. And that is just one of those things, like with 3rd gen, when they try to do the ballads and they try to make it a whole thing, it just looks cheesy and the colors are tacky. Yeah, so it was not a good start. And I feel like we kind of gaslit ourselves into thinking that Purely Pinanim Bam is a fucking amazing song when it's really just another one of those beat drop songs of its time. You know, that sound was very popular. The wah 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 Purely Pinanim. Like, okay, you know, sure. Egotistic, now that is summer. That I fucking agree. That I fucking agree is summer, okay? Sound like a fucking champ. That song, it may be Latin pop, it may be, you know, a bit out of the Mamamoo thing that I like, but that song is fucking goated, okay? Egotistic is a goated Mamamoo song. It's the goat. It is the Latin pop Mamamoo song. And you know what? It might as well be the only one. Because everything else that they try to do with the Latin pop, okay, the Asian flamenco, no, it just does not hit the same as Egotistic. Egotistic was the first of its kind in the Mamamoo lexicon. And everything else is just derivative. Everything else is just a derivative. Everything else is just trying to reach the same heights that Egotistic did. The Egotistic achieved and captured, and that moment, the fire, the passion. Because what the fuck is Go Go Baby? Like, Go Go Baby Na 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 na. Just go bling 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 like it. Again, it's cute for its time, but Windflower was very much a fall winter song. It makes sense, but what the fuck is Go Go Baby? How is that supposed to be winter? You call the EP white, what was it called? White Wind, White, don't even remember what the fuck it was called. White something, okay? White Flash, Hot. What was it called? I don't remember. But Windflower made a lot of sense, even though the music video was a bit on the tamer side, nothing much going on, but it was very pretty. Okay, it was a very pretty music video. Go Go Baby, again, the visuals are not bad. Okay, they're not bad visuals. It's just very third gen in terms of the palette and the messiness and the incohesive elements. Like, it's just a bit it's a bit tacky. Okay, it's a bit tacky. Rainbow, I think this is the time in the Mamamoo timeline where I realized that Rainbow Road is just not good with the visuals. They're just not good with the visuals because the fourth gen is starting to happen. Okay, we're starting to reel in this new age of K-pop. Okay, these new visuals, new ideas, but Rainbow Road is just forever in this like third gen vibe, but a bit too polished. It's like they don't know if they want to be full kitsch or if they want to be a bit elevated. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be in between. You have to be either side of the spectrum. If you're in between, it just feels a bit like it's a bit too tacky to be elevated, but at the same time it's a bit too clean to be camp. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just not like pick a lane. You want to stick to the anyways. I don't like the visuals. And why? How is Go Go Baby the winter song? How is that winter? And if we're really going to be talking about the 4 individual mini albums, the EPs, the music isn't exactly spring, summer. Okay, the summer one, no. In retrospect, it was so lazy. They really were overly ambitious with the 4 seasons. Like, oh, we're going to be 4 seasons, and it's going to be one thing for that, and it's going to represent. I mean, it was a good sentiment, okay? It was a good sentiment. I like it, okay? It's a bit cheesy, very sentimental, but it's just not done well. Okay, if this was like SM or something, the creative direction would have been a lot stronger. It would have been not so like anything goes, whatever. Moving on from that, we have okay, it's cute. It's a cute song. I admit it. It is really not my favorite Mamamoo song, but it was definitely a moment, okay? Because wasn't this after they this was after they won Queendom. Okay, rightfully so, because the other groups, what do they gotta do? Oh My Girl was not bad. Oh My Girl was very creative, very fun, but come on now, the vocals itself, Mamamoo was going to win. Mamamoo was going to win. Mamamoo deserves to win. I don't fucking care. Whatever you think about the other. No. Mamamoo was always meant to win that fucking game show. Okay, Destiny was a good song. And hit. I was thinking about this as well. I think because they went on Queendom and they did all these different performance style, very theatrical type of setting, it really pushed them to consider that aspect of their performance, that aspect of their brand. So I think that is why Hip came out the way it did, because they did not do heavy choreo. They did not do the type of face, what do you call it, the face mic things. It was always handheld mics. They are not that type of group, you know. But now they're trying to push themselves. So again, it's a very integral part of the Mamamoo timeline, the Mamamoo journey. Even though I might not necessarily like that song or vibe with it in the current modern day, it's cute. Okay, it was a very important and iconic moment. Like, they performed it at the what do you call it, the Mama, you know, there were quite a lot of big broadcast performances of the Hip song. Okay, so I'm not I cannot discount that. But moving on from the Hip though, that is when the music started to become very sparse. Then they really went a bit too hard with the 4 seasons. Since now suddenly we're not doing anything anymore. We're just gonna get one release a year. And before you know it, COVID happened. I don't like Dinga. You know, this was around the time where new disco was becoming popular in K-pop, and everybody and their mama wanted to do the new disco sound. Okay, they wanted to do the Dua Lipa and whatever, but they never reached that height of the future nostalgia. They never reached that vibe. Okay, it was always just very factory, very derivative. I know I use that word a lot, but it's very, very effective and succinct way of describing the products that came out during the time. Funnily enough, Twice made really good disco, like new disco songs. Of all the different groups that jumped on the trend, Twice integrated really well into that sound. I would never think that they're, you know, from the cutesy Twice and the cha baby and the what is love. I never thought that they would so smoothly transition into this new disco, mature but still, you know, youthful, playful type sound. And I don't like Dinga. Like, it's just so it's so basic and just following trend like a fish. No, and Dinga, and the music video. The music video. And the music video reeks of Gen 3. Reeks of Gen 3. Fucking reeks. It smells. It's pungent. It just smells like Gen 3 that does not want to move on from the Gen 3. Like, no. And again, performance. Now they want to do, you know, elaborate performance. So you know what we get? We get Aya. Hey yo, you got me jumping like a crazy clown. Like a crazy clown? That is the lyric. Ayo, you got me jumping like a crazy clown. Crazy clown. And she's singing it in the most nonchalant way about her being a crazy clown. Jumping like a crazy clown for this, presumably a man, in a song that is a title sound effect, okay? Aya! What? Okay, I know, ah-oo is a sound effect as well, but can we be fucking for real? You cannot be comparing ah-oo to Aya. They're like worlds apart in quality. What? Do we really need to go back to... Oh my god, why? Why did they do that? Why did they do that? I rather they just made another stupid new disco, but no, we had to go back to the Latin. We had to go back to the... Aya, tutarajinda, tum, yeah, tunia, ta ta ta, happy ending. I remember listening to the fucking mini album on the fucking bus and being like, what? What is this? And Mamamoo has really disappointed us, you know, at that point of time. So I guess it was a very new experience that even Mamamoo can give us a shit stain. I mean, Dinga was a bit disappointing for me. My friend really liked Dinga because, you know, bad taste. Aya? 남면 또 따라준다 뭐냐 뭐냐 아아아이 happy ending 또 따라준다 아야. We have 4 very vocally talented women. Amazing, spectacular ladies. And we're making them go, Aya! Ayo, ayo, you got me jumping like a crazy clown. And she did not even pronounce clown properly. She said crown. I only figured out that it was crazy clown when I looked up the lyrics and went, oh, that makes it worse. It was a dark time. It was a dark time. It was very disappointing. And what a better way to, you know, move on by having a ballad as the next title track. Where are we now? Can I be completely honest, guys? Can I be completely honest? And if there are other moomoos out here listening to this very moment, I do not fucking care for this fucking song. I have not heard it since the day it was released. I'm sorry, and I have no desire to. A ballad, a shitty ballad. I don't even fucking care if people get mad or if the people really hold this ballad very dear. No. No, not when I Miss You exists. What the fuck was this? And that music video, I get it, it's supposed to be like touching and stuff. But this is the problem. When you make your whole goal and the aim of the song to be this sentimental, like I want to make them cry, I want to cry, and it's going to be so painfully sentimental, it really just becomes a fucking turd. It just becomes a fucking turd. If something is going to connect with people that way, if something's meant to connect with people that way, if something is meant, you know, it was fated, it was created, like, I don't, like, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You cannot force something like that. And this is like a problem with a lot of Asian type, you know, ballads and this type of sentimental moments. It's very cheesy. It's very cheesy. It's very sloppy. It's just I really don't remember anything about this song, and the video as well. Like the boring ass like lighting thing that there was it like the gobo or I used to study stuff like that, but I really don't remember the different names of the lights, so I'm just going to call them gobos. Okay, they're probably not gobos, but there's a bunch of fucking lights in the fucking field, and they're wearing white dresses. Am I right? Was it white dress? It was so fucking boring. It was so fucking boring. There was nothing musically interesting. Oh my god. Oh my god. I really don't want to go back. I really don't want to go back. And then they go into a hiatus-ish thing because everybody, you know, we want to do solos, we want to do our different things, we want to be YouTuber, we want to be blah 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 blah. We want to leave the company. You know, everybody is going their separate ways, but they came back for ILLELLA. Everybody could be doing something better, okay? Everybody could be on a variety show, getting brand deals, but they all have decided to come back for a very important comeback, you know, a reunion thing. And guess what? ILLELLA. What the fuck is ILLELLA? Forgive me if this is really a Korean term or something, but the song, ILLELLA hey yeah. The reverb itself on that chorus, the ay ILLELLA hey. Solar, I love you, but Solar's voice can get very grating sometimes because it's very tense. It is loud. Yes, it is very loud. There's a lot of volume going on with Solar's voice, but it can also be a bad thing because there's no subtlety. It's very harsh. It's very grating. It can be very tense on the throat and the sounds. Very like it's very, you know. The reverb on top of that to give it this white, it sounds annoying. It sounds okay. I think ugly is a bit mean. I don't think she sounds ugly, but it sounds really obnoxious. And the key change as well. Oh my god, and the music video was so bad. The music video was so bad. They are busy women, but they came back for this shit, and yet they get these ugly fucking clothes. Here's the thing. Mamamoo has always been, you know, like ever since Rainbow Road made it a thing to, you know, put in a little bit more effort into the styling of the Mamamoo girls, okay? We have to give them the styling and to make them individually, like, you know, like their own superhero type situation. Now everybody has their own thing, okay? Hwasa is like voluptuous, okay? We have to accentuate that, and Solar is like this loud, you know, very loud, very vibrant, very bubbly, and Wheein's a bit more like sophisticated and a bit like mysterious. And Moonbyul is just fucking like cool, badass, like androgynous. You know, like they have their very distinct vibes. And at some point in time, can't really pinpoint which one, you know, which era, but at some point in time, like Rainbow Road, just start to pay a little bit more attention to them and try to give them the clothes and match. I think perhaps like Go Go Baby, you know, Go Go Baby. The outfits really did, like, it was like part of the same group but very very distinctly to showcase the different members. I think it was Go Go Baby was the one where they really started to do that whole like individual type vibe. But it is reeks of Gen 3. It reeks of Gen 3. Because if it was like the modern take, and at the time it was the latest generation was Gen 4, it would have been cleaner, would have been sleek. It would still be, you know, stylish and cool and fun and hip. No pun intended, but... And there's not like this weird color, like neon. What is with Rainbow Road and neon? Like, why are we always dressing Mamamoo in neon? they can be colorful, they can be bold, but why is it neon? Why is there always some form of neon clothing and it always is just so like tasteless and ugly, just like tacky. Again, you want to be camp or do you want to be like very elevated? You have to choose. It's just so messy. Like, why are they still dressed like that when they're 10 years at this point? I think, 2022? Oh, my math is not good. That is like 8 years. 8 years and they still look like that. Bruh, I really want to know if the Mamamoo ladies actually think that the clothes are... No, but really, like, you look at their contemporaries, look at A-Pink, they look so much better and so much more polished and evolved, but Mamamoo still be wearing neon clothing. Like, what are we doing? Oh my god. And the variation in the music video was the black leotard suit situation. Like, how many times are we gonna do that, I really hope that they give us the jazz, the original Mamamoo sound back. I might get emotional if it was really good and it was the original sound, because this strayed so far. It's like every time since the 4 seasons, or Yes I Am if you really want to be exact, they just stray further away. Just keep, and it's not evolving or leveling up. Yes, they may be leveling up the dancing and stuff, but the sound is just... Oh. Should we also talk about their solos just a little bit, okay? Just like a speed run. So Wheein, because she's in that man's company and he's in jail. He's in jail, right? Oh god. That whole situation, I like Vigs, okay? I'm a second and third generation K-pop fan, okay? That was what I grew up on. I love me some Vigs. Okay, I love me some Vigs. The Vapor Up, the K-pop group. I love me some Vigs, okay? But jail, oh, really sucks to be fucking Wheein and was it like Ailey? Isn't Ailey also in that company? Wheein's music is just not... No, sorry girlie, it's not... She's way too talented to be singing those songs, those very like downer, very chill, very... Wheein, your voice is so fucking good. She's kind of like a little bit better than Solar. I know people like to say that Solar is the best, but Wheein's a little bit better, okay? The mix and the placement and everything is cleaner and just, just a little bit better than Solar. What? No, her music's just not. This is not it. Her solo music back when she's in Rainbow Road and when she's in the man's company. No, none of it's like spectacular or whatever. Oh, her R&B, was it what was that R&B song that she did? Easy. That was interesting. Wheein, of the 4 Mamamoo girls, Wheein does have that very Baekhyun, like she could very well be the female Baekhyun. I know she's Wheein, she does not have to be any man, okay? She does not have to be the woman version of any man. But I'm just giving a like comparison. She can very well be that type of R&B, flirtatious but still cool, but still chill, but still like she could totally do that. Solar, okay. My issue with Solar is that she is a very good YouTuber. I like that, she tries everything. She's that type of YouTuber, okay? The type that I'm going to do all these different skills and I may make content. I may be good at them, I may be bad, but I'm open to let myself succeed or fail and be funny and laugh and cry in front of the audience. That is Solar. But when it comes to the music, I think the problem with Solar's music is that she never sounds like herself. She always sounds like she's singing someone else's song. Does that make any sense? Like, you know, when she came up with Spit It Out, it's very Latin pop. Then she did like the almost Olivia Rodrigo, the and I hate you, na 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 na, oh, I really hate them. And suddenly we have the freaking like, I want a pink, I want a purple, I want a black, I want a... I get that song is supposed to be campy, but oh my god, it is so bad. Like, I think that what she's doing is great because Korea is very conservative, so we need all the fucking pride, okay? We need all the fucking representation, we need all the liberation that we can get through the fucking music, okay? So kudos to fucking Solar for doing that. But the song, I want a pink, I want a black, I want a purple, I want a... And what is that honey song? The toot. No, what am I doing? Like, she never sounds like she's singing her own songs. It's always... And it's also funny because she started with covers, right? Before she had the first solo, is all like covers. She's never singing her own songs. It's always like a trend, like, you know, like a trendy type of sound or like a sound that somebody else is popular. Like, what are we doing? It is never really like a Solar sound. There is no Solar sound. I guess it also ties into how I think that she functions better as a YouTube channel. No, YouTube channel. Ich bin very Scalper. You know, it's very that. Because she's able to try all these different things. Like, it works as a YouTuber, but as a musician, it's a bit strange because, like, I don't know what... Moonbyul is just an example of why you should not stay in Rainbow Road. Because why are they making her do all sorts of crap? Like, she's in the trap. Da-na-na-na. That is the worst fucking song. That is the worst fucking song. And what is the other one? Luna, 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 Lunatic. With the straight jacket. That is so tasteless. That is so tasteless. It's just lots of tasteless. Like the high... Why is Moonbyul a blushing high school girl? And why in the next second she is a... Luna, Luna, Lunatic in a straight jacket. We're still doing straight jacket equals to crazy, like, mental facility patient. We're still doing that. We're still doing that imagery in the modern day. Okay. She is the guinea pig. Moonbyul is the fucking guinea pig. She's supposed to be the badass androgynous queen, okay? But Rainbow Road said we have other plans. We're going to use her as a guinea pig to try out different sounds. Because why is she dabbling in all this crap? Oh my god, she's like Solar but less endearing. The music and her voice is just... I'm sorry, like, I love Moonbyul. She's my favorite, but her voice is just not good. You know, like, her voice is just... Moonbyul is very similar to another fave of mine, okay? My favorite member in SNSD is Hyoyeon. And Hyoyeon has a very cartoonish voice. If you know, you know. She has a very cartoonish voice. And it does not work for every single type of song that she might dabble or she might be featured on, or you know, an SNSD song. She sounds funky. And I'm not saying that she never sounds good, but that is a funky voice to work with. And then it's the same for Moonbyul. Moonbyul is able to sing properly. That's the thing. She's not that cartoonish, but how? If SM is able to take a cartoonish voice like Hyoyeon and make some good like fucking bops, okay? Why is Rainbow Road taking Moonbyul, a very capable singer, and then creating shit like Cheese in the Trap, and that new song, that recent one, Hurts. Eclipse might have sounded better when it came out, okay? But it is still a much better attempt than Hurts. Hurts is almost cringy to me in the modern day. I feel really bad for Moonbyul. I fucking love her so much. She deserves so much better. Can we please give her some... Okay, she can still be a badass. She can still be androgynous. She can still be like dark. She can still be like emo. But we need to give her better music. Hurts. I was still telling myself that, oh, maybe she's tapping into this like Gen 4, maybe even like an NCT's. No. I cannot, even in my kindness of heart, my benefit of doubts and everything, to say that it is an NCT light. No, it is not even NCT. It is just giving like no-go boy group type music. It is not good, Moonbyul. You need to leave the company. I know, this is the thing. The company has budget for the girls, so they don't want to leave, and it's very like, you know, stability. Because look at Hwasa, look at Wheein. It's a bit rocky and they don't know. But like, the music that she's getting from this fucking company is not good. That fucking Rainbow Road is just lazy. Rainbow Road does not know what to do with their artists. Look at what fucking happened to Anus or Wanus or Borgo nobody fucking cares about. And Purple Piz, are they even still like a functional group? Rainbow Road does not fucking know what they're doing. I think Rainbow Road has that syndrome of like that small company that blew up because of their breadwinner of a group, okay, the cash cow, and now they don't know what to do with the money. They really done fucked it up. They done goofed, because they should not have came up with all these extra groups. Yes, Mamamoo is getting older, but look at G-Idol. If you really did put in the money, the budget and everything was just to Mamamoo, they would be even bigger. I know they're big, but they could be even bigger. Better music. Let's get the American writers, American producers, okay? Let's stop using Cosmic and whatever fucking in-house writers they have. It's very, 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 it's getting very stale up in that building, okay? The writing camp is very stale. It's very old. It's starting to get very, well, we need to get some new ideas. You need to get some ideas from across the pond. What the fuck are we doing here in Rainbow Road? And what the fuck is Moonbyul and Solar staying behind for? Everything's a fucking mess, okay? Everything is a fucking mess. But it's okay. What we're left is the good memories, okay? The good memories of what used to be. I just really hope that the comeback is going to, you know, if this is their last thing that they ever release as a group, I don't think they'll disband. I feel like they're the type of like group to just stay together. Even if they don't release anything, they will stay together forever. You know, I think that they're that type of group. But please, if this is going to be the last thing you ever release, the last piece of original music, can we please just bring it back? Bring it back to the original OG Mamamoo sound. So yes, that is my video. That is my gripe with the Mamamoo. As a Mamamoo fan, as a moomoo myself, that is my gripe, okay? A lot of gripes. When you are a aging K-pop fan, it is a bittersweet feeling because I know we should not live in the past, but it happens when you start to like, when your favorite groups start to disband or, you know, start to drift apart, do their own thing, start to become less active, and then you start to like, oh, it's that bittersweet feeling of like, they gave us so much and, you know, they deserve to rest, they deserve to live their life, they deserve to do other things, but you know, it's just like a never-ending cycle of like emotions. Like, would you rather they just disband and stop giving shitty like reunion songs, or I don't know, just leave the legacy as it was? Don't taint it with all these funny things and stuff. It's a very complicated feeling. The next video has to be a happy video. I cannot do anymore. We really need to bring back the good and uplifting vibes. No more venting for now, unless it's a film. No more. We need to stop. Okay, so if you made it this far, thank you so much. I know it's a lot of like circling around, a lot of like tangents, a lot of trying to be chronological, but going like zigzagging everywhere. A fucking mess. So thank you if you're sticking around. That is very nice of you, and it would be even nicer if you like and subscribe and do all of that. And, you know, stay tuned for more. That is my Mamamoo video. That is my gripe. And yeah, thank you for watching. I will be back with the next video, and I promise it will not be another you know what, I'm not going to promise, okay? I'm not going to promise, okay? I'm not going to but you cannot promise. Your promises are, you can't promise people things like that, okay? So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't, okay? Like, subscribe, and do all of that. I will see you in the next video, whatever it is. Goodbye. And then I'm now when Mr. Mamamoo, 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 when I'm Mr. Mamamoo.